You know, when you spend 40-something Shabbatot per year for 22 years, sometimes you repeat yourself. So I know there is a phrase that I said more than once, and I will apologize if you heard it before, but I try to explain to our youngest in the congregation, how is the relationship between the state of Israel, the people in Israel, and the Jews outside of Israel? And the best one I found so far, and I'm open to more ideas, is like a game. The players and the fans. When the players hear that the fans are cheering strong, they play much better. But there is no game without players. There can be a game without fans, it happens. Never a game without the players. So the players are the citizens of Israel, the soldiers of Israel, and we are the cheerleaders, strong cheerleaders. They play much better when they know that we are behind them. And we met with Gisela, with the coaches, an hour and a half ago with one of the good players. And the bio doesn't make justice to who he is, because when you will hear him, you will fall in love with him the same way we did. He's not only an IDF first surgeon who was severely injured during this war, and his name is Itay Sagy. He's full of life, full of gratitude. He's one of our best ones. When you read in the newspaper, 3 severe injured, and something feels here, one of them is he. And he came back, and he's here to tell his story. And he can do that because he was invited by Beth Torah, which is an organization. Thank you, Tzvia, the director. Thank you, Robin Baltush, for making this happen. It's a tax-exempt organization that try to give the soldiers who are wounded everything they may need to come back little by little to their normal lives. One of them, a great representative of the organization, is one of the best of Israel, IDF First Sergeant Itay Sagy, 26-year-old. Please welcome him to the building.
Hi. I really needed that. This, and you really. I know everybody's talking about Taylor Swift, but this is a real show with real values right here, and you don't need to pay a dime. But before I'll talk, I want to ask Tzvia to say some words, because I'm here thanks to her and thanks to Robin. So thank you very much.
So I'm Tzvia Wexler, and I am the National Development Director of Beit HaLochem USA. For the last 3 decades, I was working for Israel and the IDF. The last 2 years, I was asked to go and work strictly for the IDF wounded soldiers. I can tell you that it changed my life from A to Z. It's the most moving and inspiring place to be. I just want to go one step back and tell you that when they asked me to go and work for this organization, they asked me to come and visit the place in Israel, Beit HaLochem. We have 4 facilities. I went and I visited, and what I saw is kids in their 20s, 30s, with no hands, no legs, no sight. I remember I met this guy in his late 20s that lost his sight, and he's like this. Hi, how are you? I'm sorry. And he's talking and talking, he's happy. And I said, literally without thinking, hey, Yuda, can you see how happy you are? You lost your sight. And he said to me, Tzvia, every morning I get up and I thank God for losing only my sight and not my life. This is their attitude. It's incredible. And the other guy that lost his hand, he became, through our help and services, he came with like gold medal with Paralympic and other competition all over the world. And he said, you know what, Tzvia? God closed one door for me, but he opened 3,000 doors. Look at me. And I asked him, would you go back to the life you had before? And he said, no, I will never go back. Look at the people I met, the places I went. Look how I help other people. This is their attitude. So can you imagine when I go and sleep at night with the feeling that I help these guys? So when I saw these guys, I went to the office of the chairman and I said to him, Idan, which himself wheelchair bound because he got 4 bullets in his back in Khan Yunis 30 years ago. He stepped up by being like a mentor, then a manager, and now he's the chairman. And I came in front of him and I said, Idan, I'm in. I don't care what condition. I'm going to work for this organization. It's the most incredible. So I just want to tell you, whenever you go to Israel, please, please don't miss out on going to these facilities. Jerusalem, we have Tel Aviv, Be'er Sheva and Haifa, and soon in Ashdod. Please go and visit them. We don't want anything. I know the bottom line, we're all looking for funds. But go and show them that you care. Show them that you love. Show them your love. And you have a lot to give. And I can see it when I take him, and not only him, but him and others. And by the way, we are taking care of over 60,000 wounded soldiers from the War of Independence. And now we gain another 11,000 wounded soldiers. So please, whenever you go, just go visit them and show them that they are never alone. And now please welcome First Sergeant Itay Sagy.
תודה. It's okay, the suit? Yeah. So, hello everyone. Like I said before, that was amazing, because it really was. And like today was a really hard day for me. The rabbi said earlier that every time we hear 3 severely wounded soldiers, do something inside of us. And today I heard about 3 of mine. And they're okay. They're severely wounded, but I heard that they're going to be fine. So it's even more special for me to be here now in this time. I can't be right now in Lebanon and fight. I'm still in treatment. I still have a lot of fragments, and I'll tell you all about it right now. Just want to let you know before. So I'm Itay Sagy, 26. Live in a lovely kibbutz called Gadot in the Upper Galilee, next to Lebanon and Syria. Right now it's a little bit, I don't know, shady. Like, is it going to be better? Yet tov. And I grew up on love, life, and on helping each other, and on my values of kibbutz. I went into my dream unit called Maglan. It's a special unit, special recon, and we do special operations. And there I grew, and I learned how to be a better person and how to put my teammates in front of me and before me. And I finished my army after 3 years. It was amazing. I loved every second of it, when it was hard and tough, and when it was easy and fun. And 2 years later, 7th of October, I was hiking with my little foster brother in the north, of course. It was a beautiful day, 7 a.m., we went out. Of course, we didn't open the phone. And 8 a.m., my commander called me and told me, Itay, and I was like, what? Come right now to base. And it's not the first time I heard that, but this time he was really in a rush and I didn't understand what's happening. And I asked him, like, what is going on? And then he said, Itay, I don't have time for you. I don't have time for this. Just be here already. And open the news. So I opened the news. I saw 150 people got injured. Still, of course, no one in Israel understands the full magnitude of that. But we could understand, I could understand it's something else. So I just told my brother, start running. We got to the car as fast as we can. We drove, I put him at home. And I put him at home, said goodbye to everyone that I saw, and less than 20 minutes later, I was on the way to my base and saw my teammates again before 1 p.m. 1 p.m.? Yeah. On the way there, we saw all of the terrible videos and like what happened. Of course, I couldn't believe when I saw all of the terrible stuff. I thought it was AI, I hoped it was AI. But later that day, when we went down to the Gaza border, to the Gaza Strip, we saw it was all real. And we fought hard. And we saw the terrorists, and we saw the hate in their eyes, and we saw that they're only here to hate us and to destroy us. And while we were fighting out of love, and out of life we want to live, and want to live in this country. And I fought, and the only thing that was in my head that I'm doing it to the person next to me and to my people. And after 4 days, a fight like that, we finally got a special mission that wasn't canceled, and it was about reclaiming territory next to the border with Gaza. And we were supposed to evacuate some of the hostages. We didn't know that at the time, but it was top secret. Now, after more than a year later, I can say that. And on the way there, we were team of 24. We passed Kibbutz Zikim, and for some reason, someone spotted us or didn't. We don't know, but they started shooting a lot of mortar shells at our position, and we are driving with 6 cars, and something is not right. So we started to drive as fast as we can with our vehicles. And of course, in that moment, one of the cars malfunctioned and didn't work anymore. Crap. But my commander took a hard decision that all of us agreed with. Okay, Itay, you'll take half of the team, continue to the next bomb shelter, which in the Gaza Strip we have them all scattered around. And we started driving. They're going to get to us somehow. It's going to be fine, but now we're in great danger. They're shooting at us like crazy. And we don't need to be out in the open. So we got to the bomb shelter, and you see from your left, huge bushes, and from your right, huge bushes and a hill, and all surrounding the bomb shelter, which is only 3 by 3 meters. Just huge bushes, and it doesn't feel right. So we decided to say that half of the guys, half of my team, will stay inside of the bomb shelter, and half of us will be outside, even though they're shooting rockets at us all the time. And like that, we were about 3 minutes. My teammates outside, I'm on the entrance, my other half is inside. And then there were like half a minute of quiet. Again, it didn't feel good, and all of a sudden, all hell broke loose. I see bullets flying next to me. I hear shooting from all directions. And I see 8 Nukhba terrorists that opened fire at us from all directions, and all the 6 guys that was outside immediately got shot from the first burst of fire. And I'm looking at myself, and I'm looking at the situation. I see the bullets, and I just see my friends falling. And then I look at myself, and I see that I'm fine. And in that moment, when I see my friend crawling next to me while he's shouting, they're shooting me, I know that this moment in my life took me here, and all of my preparation, all of the things that I ever did in my life, took me here to fight as well as I can, to be as positive as I can, and just to buy time and wait for my other half of the team will arrive here, and we will get those bastards. So my friend is crawling. Again, there's 6 of them. Some of them are just lying there. I can't comprehend. You can't comprehend when your best friend just lying on the field. You think that they're asleep. But the ones that weren't were crawling inside, and they're shouting, they're shooting me. And then I see a terrorist standing right in front of me and start shooting me with his AK. And right before he got to me, I managed to put one bullet in his head, and I put him down. And the only thing I'm thinking of is, Itay, you're doing great. Stay positive. Even smile. All you need is to buy time. Your teammates is counting on you. And then I see another terrorist. He started to drip fire at me. I drip fire at him. And like that, I don't like these odds. We're outnumbered. It's a bad situation. So with this in the back of my head that I'm feeling your friends are counting on you, and just advance and advance and advance to him until I'm dead on him. He doesn't see me. He didn't expect that. And I just pushed my weapon into his torso and managed to take him down in the spots as well. And then I look behind me and I see 2 dead terrorists. I'm feeling better. And when I look back again, I see 2 grenades fall to my legs. And 2 grenades a little bit too much for me. So I just jump to the other direction. And I just hear a big explosion and big shock. And then, like this, that's the only thing I hear. I look at myself, I'm all dusty, I don't care. I go back into position, I'm searching for more terrorists, and all I want to do is to buy time for my friends, because I know they're counting on me like I count on them. And while that thing is happening, another grenade falls to my legs. I don't see it, and it just explodes, and all I feel is just a big shock. I don't control my body anymore. I don't manage to do anything. It's like you detach a wire. My whole body becomes numb, and I just fall to the ground, not understanding what's happening. The only thing, again, is my head is just, what are you doing? Just stand back up, go back to fight. And I can't. I don't manage to do that. It really bothers me, that I can't go back up and go back to the fight. That's what my teammates count me for. And I try to do it, and I can't. And I said, okay, Itay, you're fine. It's all fine. It's probably the shock. You don't know what happened. Just take a deep breath. You have time. Your teammate is there. They're fighting as well. Take a deep breath. And nothing is going in. And I try again. And nothing is going in. And I try again. And I start to think that something is wrong with you, like really, really wrong with me. But I don't know what, because I don't feel my body anymore. And I just drip out. I don't know. I just don't manage to stay there. And while I'm choking, I just feel myself leaving my body. And I see myself floating over the situation. Everything is like orange. And I see my teammates fighting like crazy. I see them holding back the terrorists. I see everyone in their position. I see behind the wall of the bomb shelter. And I see all of the bodies and all of the terrorists and all of the teammates. And I know each and every one what is their positions. But this time, I have like this really nice and warm, and I feel loved and I feel hugged by something that I can't explain. I just know that it makes me feel very not care about the situation. And all I want to do in this moment is to continue on in my life, with my life, and to go through that big gate over there and just continue on. Like, I don't care about what I see in front of my eyes, because I have this really nice feeling inside of me. And then while I'm walking there, I see a dead body that for some reason I don't recognize. And I look at it, and I don't recognize. and I look harder and harder and closer, and I try to get to it. And when I'm dead on it, I see my face on this body, and in that moment, I have flashes of all of the important things in life for me. And I don't see the past. I didn't see my life going through. I saw the future. I saw how much amazing it's going to be. I saw my family. I saw my house that I will build one day in my kibbutz. I saw hope. I saw my teammates. I saw promises. And I just saw a lot of love and opportunity and optimism. And with this, I couldn't just continue on. And when I moved my face, now I saw my funeral. And the other feeling that I felt was death and destruction and חוסר תקווה. No hope. And just the opposite. And I saw my parents just crying on my grave, and I just couldn't let that happen. So I looked at myself back again. I filled up with hope. And I just started screaming to myself, Itay, start breathing. And it didn't work. But I didn't care. I just said to myself, Itay, start breathing. Again and again and again for like half a minute. And I don't care. I'm not leaving this spot until I'm going back into this body, this broken body. And we're going to get out of it. And while I'm saying for the like 5th or 6th time, Itay, start breathing, just all disappear. I take a deep breath. I look up. I'm now again in the same shitty situations. They're shooting at us from all directions. Most of us are injured. Some of us, I don't want to say. But I know that we're going to get out of it. I know I'm the most positive guy, and I'm smiling because I feel protected and I feel loved because I see my teammates protecting me with their own body and retrieving fire and shooting back at the terrorists and never give up. And they never gave up. And I didn't give up as well. And I took another breath, which was the hardest thing ever. My left arm stopped to be numb. I managed to push myself into sitting position. I went back. I tried to go back into the fight. My teammate spotted me while I'm in the scope. I'm a sniper. And while I'm in the scope, he just jumped at me. He sees that I'm alive, and he shouts in my ear, Itay, you're bleeding heavily. And in that moment, I understood that I'm actually hit because I didn't feel anything. And then I feel the biggest pain in my life. He just shoved his hand into my neck. I don't know if you see, but my neck was turned open. It was a big circle like this. It was just flesh. I'm glad to be here, by the way. Really. And like that, while his hand inside of my neck, we fought for 35 minutes until a chopper came and took me to the hospital. I was evacuated in a severe state, like I was in life-threatening situation. And after about 6 hours, 7 hours of surgery, when I woke up, I managed to rethink exactly what happened. And I remember all of those teammates that fought next to me, and I remember the first burst of fire and all the fighting next to it after that. And I remember my teammates lying on the ground, and I don't know why they're sleeping there. Like, why should they be sleeping? But then it hit me that they're not. That something worse happened to them. That they gave their life for me to be here, and I hope for all of us. And they give me meaning each and every day while I'm here, and they give me strength and hope and light, like I see so much in this room from these 3 people, which are amazing. And I was broken. I just broke down in that moment. I didn't know what to do with myself. And I learned out later that day that my teammates, after more than half of them, got injured, continued fighting in Gaza, and right now they're fighting in Lebanon. And I was so proud. Wow. I was like, and I want to go back. And then I look at myself, and my arm is not working, and my head is not working. And I'm all beaten up. But you should see the other guy. And I'm all beaten up. And what the hell am I going to do now? So they gave me a lot of sense, a lot of purpose, and a lot of power to fight my fight after the war, which is all about getting better, all about returning my life back. And more than that, living a better life than I had before, and more happy, with more good people, and a lot of more purpose inside of it. And I have to tell you that I do it every day. And every day I wake up in the morning, I remember my friends, I feel gratitude for being alive. And in life you have like engines. Each and every one has an engine. And these life engines that we have, we choose life. We choose to turn this engine on. And when we turn this engine on, we can live a life. We can get out of bed. We can do whatever we want. And in that day, I got another 3 engines. And I learned how to turn them on again, so I have the power of 4 people, of me and another 3. But it's hard. And you have this amazing organization called Beth Torah, that all its purpose is to take those wounded soldiers like me, and I'm here speaking on behalf of more than 60,000 of them that can't be here. But I'm here to tell you that it's amazing, and they're giving their life back again, like they gave to me, and helping them recover and reclaim their life again in different ways, physical, mental, and everything in between. Thank you very much. And I'm here for any questions that you have. And I love you all. And I just want to finish with one last thing. Rabbi, I loved what you said about Israel and like Jewish around the world, about the cheerleaders and the players. And I agree with that. But I think all of us are players, each and every one. And it's true, all of us are players because we fight our war. And you here fighting a different war, and more than that, in our hardest time, Jews all around the world, we say Shema Israel. And in my hardest time, I said Shema Israel because I didn't know if I'll survive. And what I thought about it later is that, yeah, it's so natural to say Shema Israel. It's crazy. Like, we don't call God. We call each other. We call each other first, and only then we call God. Because only when we're united, and we're together, and when we love each other, and when you win, I win, and when I use, you lose. Only then, when you understand that, only then can God come and help us. So, thank you all very much. All of us in this together, and thank you for your support. Really, thank you for your support.
Wow. Thank you for the generosity of your heart. What he didn't tell you is that in 2 years he will be a lawyer. He's studying in IDC in Herzliya, and look at the face, because he will be very high representing our people, our nation. Tודה רבה ותצליח, ברכות. Please rise.